Yeah, no, I believe it. All right, what's going on, everybody? It's your good old boy JR coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. As always, I got my buddy Brandon here from Houston, Texas. Brandon, what's going on, man?
I'm doing good. How
I
about
know,
you?
man. That was terrible. It was a terrible way to start, but it's all good. It's okay. It's okay. It's behind the scenes stuff that sometimes I think people want to know what's
you
going
do
on and
a
everything.
you do a shot before we got on the camera.
I mean, listen, man, it's I can't say it here because I get in trouble. But if I say it before the show, then hey, it's all good. It's okay, apparently. That's how it works. That's how it works.
he,
But
he
today,
Juan is nice. See, he's nice. I won't be so. But yes, go on.
right, like that's the thing. But today we have the Tennessee Titans on hand. They are on the clock. Just one team today. Okay, we're done with the whole double team thing. It was just a weird week, and here we are. So we're now going back to the singles for the rest of the season. So it is what it is. We're good. Today the Tennessee Titans are back on the clock. So they finished 12-5. They were the number one seed in the AFC. Very huge accomplishment by Mike Vrabel for even losing Derrick Henry 9 games. You still managed to get the number one seed. I mean, that's a credit to him. That's a credit to his staff and the players that stepped up when Derrick Henry went down. And listen, 15th best offense, 6th best defense. I mean, Mike Vrabel is putting in the work. I mean, if I remember what Tennessee was before Mike Vrabel got there. It wasn't very nice. It wasn't very pleasant. It wasn't, one of those things where, oh my God, I'm so ready to jump. But I think, Mike Vrabel's getting into that conversation of you want to play for this guy. You want to play for him because I don't know if you noticed, but it looks like he knows what he's doing. Okay. It looks like he knows what he's doing as a head coach. And that's just a credit to him. And I think he's, you know, he should have been a candidate for coach of the year, but it is what it is.
I personally think Mike Vrabel is great as a head coach. And you got to think about the tree he comes from. The one he played for Bill Belichick, that defensive minded head coach that he was and is. He learned from him. Then he went to Houston with Bill O'Brien. Don't know how he survived that, but he did.
He did
Congratulations.
it. He did it. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough accomplishment in the NFL. If you survived the Bill O'Brien era, you did enough. You should be
he got
put in the Hall of Fame for that alone.
I mean, he's the reason why J.J. Watt was perceived as one of the best defensive players over Aaron Donald for a reason. Like he was the guy. His defense gave J.J. Watt all that free will to
That
do
free
that.
range, yeah. Oh yeah, no.
So
I mean,
so I
and
mean
and you see it with the defense that he's building together now. I mean, it's really great. Like
I
it's
mean
a really nice, and that's the thing. I think that's the way he likes it. He likes the no names, but if you're like a diehard fan that like watches every team, you can tell like no, this defense actually's got some pretty good names on that defense. Kevin Byard, the safety, Harold Landry, the linebacker, Danico Autry is now part of that, is going to be part of that team. It's just really good. Now they did lose some pieces, Rashawn Evans and Jayon Brown. That's really tough. It's really tough to replace. But I think what it is, he's gonna get to that point where it's just I'm always gonna put the best 11 out there, and it ain't gonna be Bill Belichick s. But I mean, I have full faith in him that his defense is not gonna falter. It's that offense that just needs a little bit of work, and we'll get into it. But again, I think this is a draft class that I think you see the potential's there, but it just didn't translate because they were all rookies and injuries kind of got away in a little bit. Like, first rounder, they took Caleb Fairley, the cornerback out of Virginia Tech. Now, nobody could have questioned that the man couldn't play corner. The only unfortunate part was that he got hurt during training camp. He got hurt during the process, and he only played in 3 games. But in those 3 games, 4 tackles, 1 pass deflection. I want to see what he can do. I really want to see what he can do. And you know what? I think if he does it right, we're looking at a player that, you know what? Hey, it's a good pickup at 22. I mean, you got a good corner, and last year, I mean, I gave him the comparison of Jimmy Smith, you
ooh,
know. long corner, very long corner. Not the old Jimmy that you know, but the Jimmy Smith where we know the good Jimmy, not the he's hurt now Jimmy Smith. I just see him
You
safe
talking about
cover.
early Baltimore Jimmy Sweat.
Exactly.
Early. Okay.
Exact.
Okay.
Yeah. Exact. And you know what? The kid, and listen, I think he can still develop into that. You know what? He's good. Like he just has that NFL standard corner today. The long arms, the long legs, the long strides. He's the he's the today's NFL corner. The
Yeah.
long arm, cornerback.
I
And
mean,
you know what?
he fell right to the right team. I mean, let's be real for a
I think
second.
he did. Yeah, I
I
totally
mean,
think.
Adoree Jackson was gone. That fit that fit them perfectly. I mean, you learn, like I said, you learn from Mike Vrabel, who's probably one of the best defensive-minded coaches in the league.
And he'll get them right. And I think now with an off season, and I think with him being healthy, and that's the good thing. You really don't know what he's got. So I mean, it's gonna be kind of like his rookie year again. But at least he played enough games to know that you got. And the 3 games he did play, he showed some promise. Yeah, there
And
was times he looked like rookies, but hey, it is what it is.
he's in the perfect division to get all of the help that he needs because he's about to go against David Mills and Trevor Lawrence for the next 4 or 5 years. That's like at least 8 picks.
Wow, dude.
In 4 games. Dude. There's at least 2 picks a game. I can see it. It's like 2 picks a game.
Wow.
I can tell.
Okay. Wow, dude.
And a touchdown. Couple touchdowns.
Wow, dude.
I get like 4 touchdowns off those picks. I'm just saying.
Wow. Jacksonville and Houston are not even on the clock. They haven't been talked about like in 2 weeks in here.
And that's the problem. Because they are not, because they've been talked about. That's the problem.
Anyway, so pick 53 in the second round, they took Dylan Randons, the offensive tackle out of North Dakota. Look, he was primarily backup, and you know what? He has the talent to play. And honestly, with the way how the offseason fell out for Tennessee, he could take the right tackle job. I mean, let's be real. He was never gonna be Taylor Lewan. That was just never gonna happen. But do I see him that he could possibly be a starting right tackle in the NFL? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And he's got every chance to prove it because really there's really no competition. So it's either him
or draft one
or sign one. I know there's a bunch of free agents still that's the right tackles out there that are veterans. So it's either draft one, sign one, but he has every opportunity to be the starting right tackle, and I think he'll take it. Now, third round pick 92, they took Monty Rice, the linebacker out of Georgia. I thought this was a great pickup. I knew he wasn't going to play right away, but there was just a little bit of like, you know what? I think he could do it. And you know what? For the little time that he did play, 36 tackles, 1 pass deflections, it was very evident that this man can get behind the line of scrimmage and stop the run. He's an ultimate run-stopping linebacker. And, with all the moves that happen, here's another guy that has an opportunity to take a starting role opposite of Harold Landry and show what you got. Show what you got, man.
And again, I hate to say this again, but Mike Vrabel was what? A linebacker.
A linebacker.
He pretty much knows.
He's perfectly fine.
He knows a linebacker when he sees a linebacker.
Oh, yeah. So I like I said, I know losing Rashaan Evans and Jayon Brown was probably tough for Tennessee. And obviously it's for reasons, money, contract was up, whatever it was. But I mean,
and they're getting older.
You're getting older, but it's okay. That's why you draft these guys. Now, I will say this. This was probably my favorite pick out of all of Tennessee last year. It was Elijah Molden, the cornerback out of Washington. Like, again, here we go. Washington corners. Here we go again. Marcus Peters, Trent McDuffie, Elijah Molden. Here we go. And they found their slot. They found their slot wide receiver, or their slot cornerback, I should say. 62 tackles, 1 forced fumble, 1 interception, which he returned for a touchdown, and 4 pass deflections. If that's not a slot corner, I don't know what is. But it looks like you found him. It looks like you found your slot corner, man, and that's as good. Now you got a young secondary. Now if you fix your front 4 a little bit, which he will, I'm not worried about the defense. It's the offense. And we'll get to that. Fourth round, 135. Now, this was a pick that was very interesting. Rashad Weaver, the defensive end out of Pitt. If you were keeping track of draft last year, this guy was like a mid-second, early third. The fact that he fell to the 4th was very troublesome. It was very like, uh-oh, what happened? Was it the interviews? Was it the combine? We'll never know until later. And in the end, he only played in 2 games. And those 2 games, he got a tackle apiece. So,
Decent.
hopefully he can turn it around.
I mean, Notre
But,
Dame and Clowney there, so he can easily get that spot.
he's got a shot. I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that he's got a shot like to get the start, but it's there if he wants it. So I think hopefully he's ready to go. Racy McMath, the wide receiver, and I'm sure you remember him, the wide receiver out of LSU, the guy who was like way down in the depth charts during those years of LSU, and for good reasons. For good reasons, Terrence Marshall, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. Listen, man, you weren't really listen. It is what it was, man. It is what it was. And again, he played in 9 games, but only 2 receptions for 8 yards. So it's like, hey, I don't have to tell you what kind of receiver he was because he was on your team. I don't have to tell you. And then, last pick number 215, Brady Breeze, the safety out of Oregon, who played opposite of Javon Holland. And obviously, Javon Holland went in the second for good reason because he's actually good. He did not even make the Tennessee Titans team. He actually got picked up by Detroit after he got released, played in every game, and got 6 tackles out of it. So there is their draft class for 2021. I will say this, that Elijah Molden was probably their best draft pick out of that whole draft class. And you got your slot corner. Congratulations. You can now check that box off, okay? Because that's the biggest piece in today's NFL defense. Do you have a slot corner? You need a slot corner. And, well, they got him. So good job. Good job to them. Brandon, any words for Tennessee? Do you have any statement for Tennessee? What did you think of their season? Is there something you would like to say about it?
King Henry.
Yeah.
He should have been MVP. I don't care that he got injured. The way that man was running the ball before he got hurt was unreal. Every year, it feels like he has these years where he just 2,000 yards is like, it's going to happen. We already know it's going to happen. We just need to see how far he could take it. It feels like that. He just got injured. I wish he didn't get injured because he would have been MVP. I know they gave it to Aaron Rodgers because it's a quarterback award, but there's no way in hell if Tennessee had the number 1 seed and Derrick Henry was healthy the entire year, you're telling me Derrick Henry isn't better than Aaron Rodgers last year.
Listen, I made a case for him last year on why he got my MVP vote last year when he did rush for 2,000. And he still finished 4th.
It was a time where he was still number 1 for like 3 weeks after he got hurt.
Like there was a time like when it's like, okay, Derrick Henry's going to miss a bunch of time. And we were like, yeah, he's still leading the league. Still leading the league. Still leading the league. Still leading the league. Okay, here we go. Now we got a new leader. All right, here we go. Here we go. We got it. We got the new leader now. And it was like, dude, just understand that's how good Derrick Henry is. Like he was gone for almost a month and he was still leading the league in rushing yards. That's just how good Derrick Henry is, like really good at football. Like he's really good at football. It just that's it. Like that's all I can say is Derrick Henry is really good at football. So nothing much more I can say.
Very good.
I will say this though. The Tennessee Titans, it's in a sad way, it kind of feels sad because with all the accomplishments we're saying that Mike Vrabel did, how good of a coach he is and how they got the number 1 seed. Did it really feel like they were the best team? Like, were they really the best team?
We literally laughed. Wild card picking. We were like, whoever wins, Raiders or Bengals, they're clearly going to be.
They're clearly going to beat Tennessee.
We literally was like, they're going to Kansas City. They're going to Kansas City or Buffalo. We were like that. We forgot Tennessee was even the team they had to play next. We were like, oh, they're going to beat them. Don't even matter.
Doesn't matter.
They did. That's how bad it is. Like that's how bad. Is it sad or is it them getting forced, Mike Vrabel getting forced to actually have a quarterback that, let's be real, we all know it has a ceiling.
And you know what? I truly want to believe in Ryan Tannehill. I really do. But it's just for 3 years in a row now, you get to the playoffs. And it's like, it was one thing when they made the AFC Championship game, but then it was obviously they ran into that juggernaut that was Kansas City. And listen, no one was going to stop Kansas City at that time.
Yeah, that year, no.
Now, the second year, when they lost to Baltimore. Okay, at home. Again, remember, this is at home. Okay? Understand something. Understand what I saw that day. I just thought, okay, you know what? Maybe it was just Ryan. It was just not Ryan Tannehill's best day. It sucked that I had to come during the playoffs, but I'm thinking, you know what? He'll bounce back. He'll get better. They'll do what they got to do to improve. Now I get it. Losing Corey Davis, that was kind of shitty. That was kind of bad. Because at that time, Corey Davis looked like he finally turned the corner. And you're like, oh my God, they're not even going to at least acknowledge to resign him. They're not going to do anything. So he's gone. But then, they win. It's like, okay, even despite of Derrick Henry being hurt, they're winning. And that's good. But you can kind of tell they're kind of winning in spite of Ryan. Like, they're not winning because of him. They're just winning because he's not turning it over, and the defense is playing really, really well as a unit. Then it's like, okay, Derrick Henry's back. Okay, this is good. But then when it kind of happened again, and I heard this statement from somebody. I forget who said it. Somebody said, I wish I could remember who said it, but they said, if you force Ryan Tannehill to try to win the game for you, chances are you're going to win the game.
You're going to lose.
Like, they're going to, and it's like, I didn't want to believe that until I saw the way he played against Cincinnati, and I'm like, wow.
I think Eli Apple got an interception. You know how bad you got to be to throw the ball to Eli Apple and he catch it? You know how
that's
bad.
That's sort of like a cruel joke.
You know how bad you have to be?
You have to be it has to be a pretty rough day for you to throw an interception to Eli Apple. That's like throwing an interception to DJ Hayden. Like, that's it.
Oh, wow.
Okay?
Wow.
That's like, dude, what?
Listen, DJ Hayden went through a lot. Okay, he had a heart condition. He had a lot of problems. Eli Apple just sucks. Okay, that's just he just sucks. That is
all right. Fine.
When the Rams
well, let's be real. Does anybody know that DJ Hayden was still playing football this year? Does anybody? Yes, he was in Jacksonville.
Who the hell? Okay, when you said Jacksonville, I'm like, that makes sense.
He was a fourth string quarterback.
When you said Jacksonville, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I was like,
there we go. But it's getting to a point now where, this offseason, I was really scared for Ryan Tannehill. I was like, dude, they're about to cut they're about to trade for your ass.
Here's the thing, he's Baker Mayfield, but with lesser of the talent, in a sense. Like, Baker got a chance.
Ryan Tannehill, this is kind of where I feel bad for Vrabel. Like, for 3 years now, your team has a ceiling.
Oh my God!
Like, the best ceiling is we're gonna get into the playoffs. That's a fact. Tennessee is going to get into the playoffs because
they're going to win not only do you get in the playoffs, you're going to win the division.
You're going to host a playoff game. Understand this. You're going to host a playoff game because your division, let's face it, you're the NFC East of the AFC. Like, it's pretty bad. It's a pretty bad division. So not only are you going to get into the playoffs, you're going to host a playoff game. And your ceiling is, if we play a too tough defense that can compete with us, we're screwed.
If you can stop Derrick Henry, we're screwed. That's
enough. That's enough of that. And let me tell you something. That Cincinnati defense, they did Logan Wilson, Trey Hendrickson, all those guys, man, they did their thing, dude.
Plus, Derrick Henry is coming off of a foot injury.
Exactly. So if you're Mike Vrabel, like, do you look at yourself and be like, man, I got a ceiling and it's not good? Because I truly believe if you were to name me another quarterback, like, let us be real. Let's say Deshaun Watson was in Tennessee.
Oh my God, it's over.
How far do you think AFC Championship? At least a guarantee AFC Championship, right?
I say Super Bowl with that defense and Derrick Henry.
Okay.
Super Bowl, especially with that team last year.
Okay. Fine. That's Deshaun Watson. Let's go somebody middle of the pack. Let's say you give Derek Carr. Let's say if you give Mike Vrabel Derek Carr.
AFC Championship game.
Let's say you give him Kirk Cousins.
They're in the same goddamn boat. They're in.
You think so? Same boat? Okay. Let's see here. Trying to think. Give him Jalen Hurts. I would say at least AFC Championship.
They get at least to the divisional. I think divisional.
Okay, you see, you can't tell me where it's like, wow. Like, okay, here's one for here's one. This is how you know. This is how you know how bad it has to be for, like, how much pressure Ryan Tannehill has on himself. If you give, I'm going to be dead honest with you. I'm going to be so dead honest with you. If you give Tennessee, and remember, we're talking middle of the pack quarter. Now, we're not talking Patrick Mahomes. Okay, we're not talking Aaron Rodgers. Okay, now I thought Aaron Rodgers, I mean, when he bought that house in Tennessee, I'm like, hold up, what's going on? All right, we're not talking, we're not talking any of those guys. We're not taking. If Drew Brees came out of retirement and went to Tennessee, I would say at least AFC Championship game.
Good arm or bad arm?
Good arm.
That's Super Bowl.
That's Super Bowl?
That's Super Bowl.
I would at least say AFC Championship game. But do you understand? Do you understand what I'm trying to go with here? Like, do you understand how much pressure Ryan Tannehill has to be feeling right now? Like, oh my God. Like, oh my God.
The fact that you've lost, I understand the AFC Championship game because nobody's beating Kansas City that year.
No.
But you lost.
I can understand Baltimore because you know what, Lamar Jackson did have an amazing game,
but
that wasn't.
But is that I can't even understand Baltimore because y'all talked all that
mess
about beating them the last couple of times you played them. And Derrick Henry's so untouchable and he's unstoppable. And Derrick Henry just didn't have a good game. You're supposed to pull that through, and you didn't do it at home. That's a problem for me.
And now we come here, and here's a quarterback off of an ACL injury, coming off a other injury. Rookie wide receiver, T. Higgins is amazing.
There was a time in that game where Joe Burrow was limping off the field.
Like,
by the way, can we acknowledge the fact that the Tennessee Titans defense had 9 sacks?
But is that because yeah, but the Raiders had 5 the week prior. And that's just bad offensive line play.
But here's the thing. Who was the number 1 seed?
I get it.
I'm just saying, you had 9 sacks. The defense literally outplayed Cincinnati, and you could not do one simple thing: not turn over the damn football. You threw 2 picks, and like
wasn't
3
the first
drives.
Play that, like, I remember the first play of that game between the Tennessee Titans and Cincinnati Bengals division. It was a play action pass. Here comes Ryan Tannehill, immediately intercepted. I'm like, get the freak out of here. Get the freak out of here, dude. Like, you've got to be kidding me. What's up, Miguel? Like, dude, you've got to be joking, right?
I don't know what the hell they were thinking to give him that opportunity. They're like, we're going to beat them. We're going to play action this and straight through the pit.
I'm like, wow. I was at work watching that game, and I looked over to my manager like, you saw that shit, right? He goes, dude, that sucks. Like, dude, that sucks.
Out the gate. Oh my God.
Like,
That's his fault. Like, you can't even get mad. Like, the play that I don't know what they were supposed to run the ball or something, and he threw the pick at the last second. Cincinnati got the ball back and kicked the field goal. It's just like, what are you doing?
and it's not only the and that's the fact too. Like, dude, you sacked him 9 times, and Joe Burrow is literally crawling to the sideline, and he still managed to get in field goal range just to send you guys packing. Like, dude, that's tough. That's tough to hear because it's like, do you understand how shitty Ryan Tannehill must have felt that day? Like, dude, what the hell? You're first, like, you want to, like, and here's the thing. In his mind, he goes, I'm going to shut all these doubters up. And you throw an interception on the first play of scrimmage. Like, dude.
In the last play of your scrimmage. That's a damn shame.
Like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing?
He's being Ryan Tannehill. That's what he's doing.
And, you know, it's like, and that's the thing. I feel bad for Mike Vrabel because I know he can coach the Tennessee Titans to a Super Bowl appearance.
Easy.
I'm not saying win, but I know he could get them there. I know he can get them there. But not with that guy under center. No, not with that guy. I'm sorry. There just has to be a common ground here. I don't know what else to think.
That's a damn shame.
I don't know what else to say other than, you know what, Mike? I mean, I believe in Mike Vrabel.
This is one of the cases where you just fire the quarterback and keep the head coach.
Like, and I hope it doesn't get to that point. Like, yo, Mike, why can't we win?
Do you see who I got throwing the ball? I would literally say
do you think like Mike Vrabel was watching that and he goes, man, if I had Joe, okay, let's switch roles. Let's say Tennessee had Joe Burrow. How far are they going?
They win a game. That's easy. I don't even think Cincinnati gets 16 points on the board, to be honest with you.
Wow.
Wow. Yo, I don't even think Cincinnati gets 16 points on the board. Like, if Ron Tannehill's the quarterback, they're not getting 16 points with that O-line? Are you kidding me?
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God. He throws 6 picks instead of 9 sacks. He throws 6 picks. It's not even a question. It's a blowout. It's a blowout.
And I think that's what we're heading to. We're heading to a point where, dude, this is where it's gonna get scary for me on draft day because I'm gonna be honest with you. I say it all the time. Yes, quarterback is in play here. Like, it could be in play. No, man, quarterback's in play here, dude. Quarterback is in play here. Like, understand, if nothing is good available here, by the time the Titans draft, and the quarterbacks are sitting there pretty, Mike Vrabel must be like, oh, man.
I mean, Malik Willis did wear blue in college. I mean, he wouldn't be look bad in blue down.
I mean, Malik Willis, Kenny Pickett, Desmond Ridder. I mean, at this point, how much worse can they really be than Ryan Tannehill? Like, that's the bar we're talking about. Ryan Tannehill. That's the bar in Tennessee. You have to match that.
I'm like,
and
dude,
if you
just,
can't,
I'm like,
then
dude,
you're done.
I'm like, dude, can you just throw the ball like 30 feet down? Like, can you just throw it like past the line of scrimmage? You can? You're a starting quarterback. I ain't got time for this today. As long as you got Derrick Henry and he's healthy, anybody can fit that goddamn quarterback system.
And that's the thing. But do I think quarterbacks in play here? Hell yeah, I do. Hell yeah. If I'm like, fuck yeah, quarterbacks in play. Everything's in play for Tennessee. Now, unfortunately, the departure is going to be a little tough to overlook everything else. You know, Roger Saffold, he's heading to Buffalo now. That's a good starting guard that they let go. Well, that they, couldn't resign. And now he's heading to Buffalo. By the way, how Buffalo got all this money out of nowhere, I have no freaking idea.
Did Buffalo robbed the Giants out of Jets? Because clearly Buffalo got some money.
No kidding, right? Like, no kidding.
Who did they rob?
What happened here? Like, how are you paying Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and all these other guys so much, but yet What? Anyway,
Buffalo robbed somebody. That's no way in hell. Buffalo.
Who'd you steal? Anyway, Rashaan Evans, he's heading to Atlanta. Jayon Brown, he's going to be coming to the Raiders, which, by the way, I'm actually a big fan of Jayon Brown, to be honest with you. Huge fan. And, very little underrated linebacker, but I cannot wait to see what he does for our team. I was actually very, very happy because now my linebacking core looks like Divine Diablo, Denzel Perryman, Jayon Brown. I'm actually pretty happy about it. I'm actually I'm a big fan. I'm a big smiley guy today about it. Okay. Kyle Petco, he's also coming to Las Vegas, that big defensive tackle. Kari Blasingame, he's heading to Chicago. Anthony Fisker's heading to Atlanta. And Marcus Johnson is heading to San Francisco. Now, I will say this, though. They did bring in some nice players. They really did. Trenton Cannon, the running back from San Francisco, he's going to be coming into town. AJ Moore, the safety out of Houston, he's getting a shot to play now for Mike Vrabel, which is something he always wanted. Jamarco Jones, the better offensive tackle of the Seattle Seahawks, is coming to Tennessee to keep bolstering that offensive line, which, as long as Henry gets an amazing offensive line, he'll keep it going. And now, whoever the quarterback is for Tennessee, they're going to get a good receiving tight end in Austin Hooper. Hey, just because Baker couldn't figure it out doesn't mean that the next quarterback here can. I mean, listen. Anybody that played with Baker, I am so sorry. Because we questioned your talent. We questioned Odell's. We questioned Jarvis. We questioned Austin Hooper's. I am now understand it was actually Baker and not your guys' fault.
If David Njoku has a Pro Bowl caliber year this year, I will say I'm sorry to David Njoku because I will be like, what the fuck did they do?
They started Baker Mayfield. That's what happened.
I have no idea.
And
because that's the only person that's on that team that I'm still like, let's see what he really could be without it.
And let's get off the Titans for a little bit. Listen, that Baker Mayfield interview that he did in that podcast.
Oh my God, that was terrible.
Let me tell you something. That I was the dog. I was like, who gives a shit? I feel disrespected. Well, I mean, yeah, Cleveland should feel disrespected. They took number one. They took you number one overall instead of Josh Allen. And you know what? I actually watched Good Morning Football today. I actually watched it this morning before I went to work, and they're doing they did unhidden tweets, where they got to check out some old tweets. And there was this one fan when Buffalo Bills are like, we have selected Josh Allen. And some Buffalo Bill fan put, that's not how you spell Josh Rosen. Like, dude, this is so messed up.
I bet he's in a cold with no shirt on, jumping through flaming tables, screaming Josh Allen's name when he is running down the football field.
I cannot. And then there was another one where they showed Patrick Mahomes. It's like, how dare you? If you wanted a quarterback to groom and develop, take Deshaun Kaiser from Notre Dame. I was like, wow.
Is Deshaun Kaiser even in the damn league still?
I don't know.
Right?
That's a good question.
I thought he was on the Green Bay Packers squad. I don't freaking know.
But understand, sometimes it's good not to tweet immediately. Like, there is such thing as an overreaction. Okay? Like, understand.
Those two fans that tweeted that, me and Juan would love to have y'all problems. So please.
Oh, please, for the love of God. I would love it.
Bring that to us. We would love it.
For the love of God.
We would love it.
Like, listen, not to bag on Derek, okay? Derek.
I wanted Patrick Mahomes. I actually thought Patrick Mahomes, if he fell a little farther, I was like, Saints need to jump up and get him. I wanted Patrick Mahomes because I knew what he was.
Derek Carr. I do not mind Derek Carr. But I'm in the business of, hey, if there's something out there better and we're able to get it.
How do you feel about the 3-year extension, by the way? I didn't even get a chance to ask you. How did you feel about that? No trade clause.
I was actually okay with it. I mean, it's super team friendly when you look at the numbers.
It really is. Oh my God.
That really came out. And people are like, well, he's making 40. It's like, not really.
I mean, the 3-year extension, like, and then he
He's
had a
really
no
not
trade.
making that.
Yeah, he got like a
And
no
then look
trade
at the
clause, which
numbers.
he got a no trade clause, which I think is a beneficial factor to him than it is anything. So
I mean, the only thing is, it's like when you look at the numbers and people are like, "Oh my god, he's gonna get paid 40 million." It's like, well, not really. Like, understand when you look at the cap hit, his cap hit this year is 19 million.
that's goddamn easy. That's easy money.
The
Good God.
next year, check this out, 23 million. So when you look at the numbers, it looks like he's getting
Crazy money.
crazy money. But when you look at the numbers, what I read yesterday, I was like, okay, that's not bad. I mean, for a middle of the pack quarterback, hey,
And,
that's
and
not bad.
I think they owed him that contract because clearly he recruited Devontae Adams.
Yeah. I mean, like, look, you can't be upset with money when we got your best friend in the world playing with you now. So take the money, bro. Take whatever they got.
Clearly, it's like, dude, we did everything you needed. Now you have no excuses. You better win as a goddamn title.
Like, here you go. And yeah, the money, honestly, I was actually okay with the contract because I was like, ew, when I saw the numbers, I was like, ooh, okay, let's see those numbers. And then when I kept reading it, I was like, this is it.
He's like,
This is it. Are you sure he wanted? Like, are you sure he wanted this? Like, his agent, I'm like, okay, I mean, whatever. That's between him and his agent. So I mean, whatever, dude. I was okay with and here's the thing, like, I know he's never gonna be like top 5, but on a good day, maybe he falls in the 8, 9, 10 category. But he's always gonna be top 12.
hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that, okay? Nothing at all. So I'm okay with the contract. I think Raider fans were okay with the contract because the thing is, if the same thing's happening in 3 years, we can let him go and there would be no cap hit. So it's like, man, he took the ultimate gamble again. That's Vegas for you. That's Vegas for you, man. But to go back to Tennessee, I will say this. I think everything's in play here for Tennessee. I really do. I think at this point, because there's always players that sneak into the first round because of like how it plays out and because maybe they like them this much. But honestly, I think for Tennessee, I think I'm not in the room with them. I'm just, speaking for myself. So I'm not trying to start any rumors or anything. I'm not saying anything. I'm just trying to think like what would I think or what would they think and what I would think they would think. I know that's pretty hard to say. Say that 3 times fast. I'm just thinking, okay, if everything is gone, let's say all the players we liked in the first round are gone. And there's a quarterback there that we like. He doesn't have to play right away. Like, he really doesn't. Like, okay, I know I can get far with Ryan Tannehill, so we could just sit him a year and then we'll see what he's got. I'm just saying, if nothing's good out there still, I'm just saying, don't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I think everybody would be surprised. I would not. I would not at this point because you got to understand when Aaron Rodgers was flirting, Mike Vrabel was like, hey, what's up? Hey, I heard you bought a house in Tennessee. That's great. Hey, why don't you come over to my pad? I'll show you the whole fucking town, man. I will show you every fucking piece of the town. Okay, and then Deshaun Watson's available.
You're not gonna get him.
I mean, I know it's in division trade, but I'm just saying. Oh, Jalen Hurts, Philadelphia might not believe in him. Like, Mike Vrabel was looking at the phone like
anybody.
Like, no, Ryan, I think we're gonna stick with you
for now.
He probably got a phone call like, who this? Like, hey, who's this? Coach, it's me. It's Ryan. Ryan. Yeah, Tannehill. What you want, man? What you want, man? Let's go home. Right? That's what she did to us anyway. Huh? Nothing. Nothing. I believe in you.
Nothing at all. Nothing.
Nothing, man. But other than that, listen, I think Tennessee, I think I'm going to be really glued to see what happens at that point with Tennessee because I'm going to be like, oh, if I see a quarterback's name that's still there, I'll be like, oh, shit. Oh, and you know what? Tennessee has needs, but man, oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's like, please do it. Let's do it. Oh, this is gonna be great. But all right. So here comes Mr. Goodell with the 26th pick in his hand. He's gonna get to the podium. He's reading the card before he reads the name. So Brandon, what name is Roger Goodell gonna read with that card in that podium in Las Vegas?
I feel like you're on the same wavelength that I'm on, but I'm actually going to do it. With the 26th pick in the 2022 draft, the Tennessee Titans will select Kenny Pickett, quarterback, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, baby. Yes.
It's kind of obvious. They're writing on the wall.
Do it. Do it.
The writing is on the wall. Come on, man. Listen. I already have a quarterback already going off the board. I got Malik Willis in Pittsburgh. I believe Malik Willis can actually start right away. I don't think that with Kenny Pickett. I think he does need Ryan Tannehill in front of him first because I think he needs to learn somewhat of how to be a quarterback in the NFL. He kind of has a little bit of like too much of the I'm going to do whatever I need to do to get the damn play done in him. And he needs to learn how to really actually get that offense into his own. Like I said, you got Derrick Henry. It's not that hard to figure out a damn offense. But even with AJ Brown, I know Julio's not there anymore. I forgot who else they signed. I think they signed somebody. I forgot. But but Tennessee, I think, has enough. And like you said, they lost a lot of players, but I believe you can always get those guys in the second round. Just like you get Kenny Pickett because he continues to fall. But at the same time, I think Ryan Tannehill needs to fill a heat. I think he needs to fill a number one pick that is a quarterback that a lot of people are going to be saying, so when you putting him in? So when you going to start him? So when you going to put him in? So when you going to start him?
Because the crappy part. Yeah.
Because I think that's going to get Ryan Tannehill to either step up his game or he's just going to show you exactly what he's always been. So it's either or. And like you said, you don't have to start Kenny Pickett right away, but I think if you do start seeing some signs of Ryan Tannehill with the Ryan Tannehill games, Kenny Pickett's going to be a starting quarterback by mid-season. Bank it.
I think. Oh man! So you have two quarterbacks. So
I have two quarterbacks going already.
I am at 0 right
yes.
now.
I see the odds you're going quarterback though.
0. Remember, I told you if there's nothing available at 26, okay. Quarterbacks in play here.
Mm-hmm.
One. Which one, though?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately for Tennessee, in my universe, there is something still available. And there is something still available. Yeah, there is something available for Tennessee. A guy that you don't have to worry about, can he start right now? He can start right now. It's a versatile man. He's a really good football player. And I think this man had one of the better practices and games at the Senior Bowl than I've ever seen any senior prospect ever freaking have. And, he was voted captain of the team, voted player of the week. This man is just a straight up football player. And I think if you draft him, you can pencil him in to be your starter for the next 14 years. Honest to God. Honest to God. So with the 22nd pick or 26th pick in the 2022 NFL draft, the Tennessee Titans will select Zion Johnson, the guard out of Boston College. Look, he could play center. He could play guard. He's an amazing run blocker, which Tennessee loves to do. He's a good pass blocker, which gives Ryan Tannehill, whoever's back there, some time to pick it apart. And the man he's just an amazing football player. Like, the man can play. Like, understand, like, when you saw him at the Senior Bowl taking snaps at center, it just solidified that, oh, yeah, dude, you're going in the first round. You can play center and guard. Dude, you're good. That's, like, amazing. Because you're either really great at one and okay at the other. The fact that he's really good at both is like, oh, yeah, dude, you're going early. You're a first rounder. You're going in. It doesn't matter. You're going in the first round. And I think Tennessee needs him. I think Tennessee does need a Zion Johnson. And listen, let me just break it to you what this man is. He's 6'3", 316 pounds. The man made, because he didn't start out Boston College. Remember, he started out at Davidson, all right? Little old Davidson, Division II football player, but never gave up. Get it going. First team All Pioneer Football League. Yes, that's how it was. That's the division.
It sounds like a little league, but okay, continue.
A Pioneer Football League. That's Division II. That's Division II stuff right there. All right, and he made the first team there. All right, 2018.
Okay.
All right, he made it there. Then he transferred to Boston College. He said it was a no-brainer. He said he was going for the academics because he promised his mama he was going to get a college degree. And damn it, he did it. He's got his shit together. Second team All-ACC 2019. Third team All-ACC 2020, his senior year. First team All-ACC 2021. First team All-American 2021. And why would you not want this man? He ran a 5.1 at the 40 with a 1.8 10-yard split. 32 bench press. 32-inch vertical. 11 feet 2 inches in the broad jump. 7.3 in the cone drill. And a 4.46 in the 20-yard shuttle. So what does these numbers tell me? He can handle his own inside. He can swing on a toss play. And he's freaking smart. Why would you not want that on your offensive line? And he's not going to play center for Tennessee because they already got their center. But should he go down, hey, God forbid, but hey, you got your center right next to you. Plug him in. You're good to go. I would have loved to go quarterback here for Tennessee. But if Zion Johnson is still available for Tennessee at 26, I think Mike Vrabel's just going to be like, too hard to pass up on a guy like him. It'd just be too hard. You just have to take the talent. You got to take the talent. You have to take, at that point, you have to take the talent to keep competing, to keep getting better. You have to take the talent. And you need somebody that's going to be on the field day one. And that's Zion Johnson. So that's my pick for Tennessee.
I like it. It's a good pick. It's a really, really good pick.
It's just, I get it. I know quarterbacks in play here, but it's like, no, man, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I like Zion Johnson, but you're still going to be having Ryan Tannehill throw the ball to somebody. With all that protection, he's still going to throw a pick. So it's kind of weird to me.
That sucks. Don't say that. That's why we're hoping. We're hoping that the extra protection, maybe he gets an extra second to breathe and actually, look a little bit better.
Derrick Henry's going over 2,000 yards if that pick happens. But Ryan Tannehill at least those 3 picks in one game. Also, that picks happens. So.
I wonder what if Tennessee Titans fans see this, they're going to be like, man, Zion Johnson would be great, but Kenny Pickett would have to be our starter next year. Because that's the thing. I mean, I think if they do quarterback, and this is just my thing, whether they go quarterback or not, you have to get rid of Ryan Tannehill the following year.
And here's the thing, I know that next year is a good quarterback class, but Tennessee's going to at least be in the first or second seed of the AFC. So that's kind of why I'm like, also like, I don't think they're gonna get a quarterback next year because when you gonna get one?
Like, unless they trade up, but it's like, dude,
And who you're trading? Because nobody's gonna take Ryan Tannehill.
who's really gonna go for that hill? Who's gonna die on that hill? Sure, I'll give you my top 5 pick for this quarterback. Just give me Ryan Tannehill. No one's gonna die on that hill. Nobody.
Nobody.
So again, I get it. Quarterback might be in play here. I get all that. I get it. But I'm just saying, if Zion Johnson's there, Now, if he's not there, and I'm looking at the rest of the names, and it's like, Kenny Pickett or Desmond Ritter? And that has to be how Tennessee's thinking right now. Like I cannot. I know they're gonna say, "Well, Ryan Tannehill's our guy." Yeah, by default. It's not like you're gonna say it's gonna be an open competition between Ryan Tannehill and the backup, because then you'll just look stupid.
Mike Vrabel, don't do like a Matt Nagy. Talk about something. It's Andy Dalton's job to lose. Don't do that. Don't you do that to yourself.
Oh, no. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let's say they do go quarterback, and then let's say at this point, I would believe Mike Vrabel. It's Ryan Tannehill's job to lose. You damn right it is.
For now.
You damn right.
For now.
Like you damn right it's his job to lose.
For now.
You know, like there's no other way around it.
For now.
So, it's just for Tennessee. I hope we get the draft day. And I hope all 3 quarterbacks are there. So that way I could just be like, yes, yes, yes. I want to see the faces of the Titans fans of, oh my God, oh no.
Draft him.
And like, oh God, I just want to see. I just want to know, like, for Titans fans, like, what quarterback would you guys prefer? You know, I mean,
that'd be an interesting one. Good God.
I would like to know. But for me, I'm gonna go Zion Johnson here. Brandon is gonna go Kenny Pickett because he loves violence and he loves causing drama. I like to think, okay, how can we keep getting better? You keep getting better by taking one of the best personal linemen.
Like I said earlier, Juan's a nice guy. He went all safe with the let's be better for now, and we can worry about that later. I went, no, cut the goddamn umbilical cord off. Let's see what happens. Like I
want to see if it has life.
I want to see what happens.
Like, no, dude, like, you know, of course I went to say, well, you know what? He could play center and guard, so it's not a big deal. Like, you get a great player. Yeah. Nah, screw that. Screw Ryan Tannehill. Kenny Pickett, let's do it. Like, nah, man, listen, calm down. Like, you know, you're not going to find.
This is why you have me here. You went with the safe choice. You thought about the 14, 15 year. I need results now. I need results now. You.
Like, listen, man, it'd be kind of cool. Like, listen, and you know what? He fits. He fits what Mike Vrabel's trying to do offensively. It'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be great. No, hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't be surprised if Dallas is on the clock and this guy's still there. And it's like, oh yeah, we might. You know, I love this kid. You know, like maybe we can move Tyler Badaz to guard, and maybe he could be our center or something. You know, just saying, man.
They need something. Good guy.
So I'm just saying, Zion Johnson in the first round is probably gonna happen. It's just who's gonna pull the trigger.
I think Dallas might drive a guy that. Dallas might drive David Ojoku from Michigan. We don't know. It's Dallas. We don't freaking know. They take a chance on a person that tore his ACL once. They'll do it again. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, David Ojabo.
Yeah,
you know,
David Ojabo. Oh my God.
Here's the messed up part about it. Like, he was going to go in the first round.
He was. He was actually going to be like, what, a top 10, 15 pick?
15, at least 15. Now it's like, that ACL? Nah, I don't know, man.
I mean, listen. Jameson Williams is still getting talked about in the top.
I think he still goes. It's just what team is – maybe a team this late, maybe, you know, like, hey, maybe we need another pass rusher or something, but we'll see.
We shall see.
I mean, we can always wait a year or some crazy stuff like that, you know what I mean? But we'll see. But other than that, that's going to do it for this week. We are off tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Tomorrow, it's my birthday. I don't want to do it.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Saturday, I'm going to go to Universal Studios. I don't want to see you guys. And Sunday is Easter. Go see God. Go see God. All right. He's been waiting for you. All right. Go see God. He's been waiting for you. And then we'll be back Monday.
It's fight night, so we will try to.
Listen, Friday, I don't want to do it. It's my birthday. I don't want to do this. I don't. I did it last year. It was not fun. So I don't want to do it again. Saturday, I'm going to be at Universal. My phone is off all day. I'm not going to see anything. I'm not going to bust out my phone for anything. My phone is off. I don't want to hear anything. When I'm coming home from that car ride. Heck no. Heck no. Dude, I want to, but you know what? I promised my lady my phone's going to be off for Universal because she knows, like, when it's like draft stuff and everything, she knows I'm looking for the latest news. And I want to enjoy the time with her. I really do. I want to enjoy the time with her. So it's like, you know what? I'm going to shut off my phone. I'm going to put it in her backpack. Now, best believe when we're coming home, you turn that sucker on and you better not bug me for that whole that car ride home. You best believe that. Like, don't get it twisted up in here now. Like, I will be looking at something. All right. It's just not going to be till later, like, 10.
He's like, once I'm done with the family shit, it's on from there.
Once I'm done with the family lovey-dovey shit, it's over. All right. It's on, man. It is on. All right. And then Sunday,
Oh, wow.
And like I said, we're flying out to California anyway. So it's like, it's whatever. It's cool. But yeah, like I said, tomorrow's my birthday. I don't want to do anything. Saturday, I don't want to see you guys. I don't want to hear you guys right now. I don't want to do it. I love you guys. I love your guys' support and everything. Like, I really do. But, there's just a time and place for everything. This is my birthday. All right, there's a time and place for everything. It's my birthday. Give me some slack here. All right. Like, listen, I love the comments. I love the comments of the videos, man. They're so funny to me. There was one that I got yesterday at midnight. Steeler fan telling me, thank you for giving me Trevor Penning. He wishes I was his general manager. And I'm like, well, thank you, Garth. Thank you, my man. You're very welcome, Mr. Brooks. You're very welcome. I unfortunately do not have the qualities to be an NFL general manager, but I love what I do. So thank you so much, Mr. Brooks, for that beautiful comment on the Pittsburgh video. You can always check those out on the series here. But yeah, we'll be back Monday, and we're going to talk about those Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Old man Tom. Oh, yeah.
Tom realized.
Mr. Brett Favre 2.0.
Tom realized it only took about 15 days to realize he is not a family man. Now I'm going back to football. You know how Les Snead said, F them picks? I'm pretty sure Tom Brady has a t-shirt that says, man, F them kids. I'm out.
Yo, he was trapped in his house for like 5 days and looked around. I was like, yeah, this shit is not for me.
Understand this. Like, he was probably at home chilling, watching a movie on the couch, drinking his Kool-Aid or whatever. Giselle comes in. What are you doing? I'm watching TV. Relaxing. I'm just watching TV, drinking some punch. Take out the garbage. Mow the grass. Yeah. Can't do this. Hey guys, I'm coming back.
I literally saw, like, they did a movie. They're doing a movie on Tom Brady. Should be out in the summer of next year or something like. Next thing I see, Tom Brady is back in the NFL. Like, what the hell? What happened?
What's messed up? I posted all over my media, like, man, thank you, Tom, for amazing years. Thank you so much for, showing us so many great memories, all this stuff. I wish you the best. And I love what ESPN said. See you in 5 years in Canton. And then he comes back a week later. Never mind. It's like, dude, what the hell happened? Like, I'm going to be honest with you. When he lost to the Rams, I'm thinking, okay, this is it.
At least Brett Favre had the decency to know his time was over in Green Bay.
And on top of that, we're not even going to get into that. The whole Brian Flores thing. That's the whole nother topic.
Tom Brady literally was just like, Nah, I think I should come back.
Like, you know what?
Not only should I come back, you got to fire Bruce Arians on top of that. That's just really disrespectful.
Like, listen,
Really
if we're gonna do
disrespectful.
this, we do this right. You need to fire this man.
Immediately.
Like, if not, release my ass so I can go to the next team, please. Like, and Tampa Bay bent over and said, Bruce, pack your shit, get out. Oh, it's just, but you know what? I am glad that he gets, and you know what? Honest to God, I think he works really well with Brian Leftwich. I think him and Brian Leftwich actually do amazing things. Like,
I think Tom Brady has 1 year. It's this year. That's the end. He
and
closes.
I will say this: it didn't happen this year, but I think next year, I think Brian Leftwich gets, if they have another great offensive showing,
It will.
I think he gets I think he gets a head coaching gig next year. I really do, because I think he deserves that much.
I think because Brian Flores is not risk it or no risk it, no biscuit. Tom Brady gets to run the offense that he wants to run.
Yeah,
So,
and listen, Todd Bowles, you already know him. He's going to take over the defensive side of the ball anyway. And Tom's going to probably run the offense with Brian Leftwich and everything, and then
I mean, listen, I think Brian Leftwich and that offense is going to be great. I think the defense still sucks. So,
listen, I think Todd Bowles is going to be amazing, and I cannot wait to.
Todd Bowles is going to be great. His defense sucks. His defense has been sucking. It's not going to change any damn.
I got this. I got this. I'm going to fix Tampa Bay's defensive problem with one pick, and they're going to love me.
Tampa Bay's defense sucks. Your secondary is terrible. Your linebackers getting old.
I got this. I got this. I know exactly what I'm doing. Don't worry.
Okay.
If I can make Steeler fans love a Raider fan, I'm sure I can make a Buccaneer love me. Don't worry. Got this. Or I got this.
They love you. They love you because before Tom Brady got there, that was the only damn title they ever had. So, because Rich Gannon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Rich Gannon never has to buy another beer in Tampa Bay. Like, I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm positive about it. Like, I'm pretty sure about it.
I'm pretty sure.
If I were to put a percentage on it, 97. There might be that 3%. Like, you gave that game away. Oh, shut the fuck up and enjoy your championship. Oh, shut up. But we'll see. But other than that, thank you guys so much for the awesome support. As always, we will see you guys back on Monday. You guys have an amazing Easter. You guys be safe out there. Take care of yourself. And, please like and subscribe to the videos. And until then, I'm your good old boy, JR. That is Brandon. We will see you guys on Monday. Take care, everybody.